everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we are looking at Uta no Prince Sama Season 1. Now, I figured with Season 4 just having released the other day, I might as well review Season 1 because I just finished it also the other day, so I'm trying to play catch-up in ways. I'm not going to review episode by episode, of course, with Season 4, but I will review it probably when it's all finished, hopefully, if I'm done with the series by then. If not, it'll come out, shortly after. Now, I'm watching, a lot of reverse harems lately, it seems like, but I'm watching with someone I care about, so, it's a lot of fun to watch it. It's something that you would never see me by myself watching, because, honestly, I think reverse harems are something that you either enjoy with someone, or if you are a female persuasion, it's a little bit more easy to enjoy for yourself. But, this series actually has some good stuff about it that actually makes it where, even though it is a reverse harem, it's still enjoyable. So, the concept is we have Haruka Nanami, who is a piano player who is trying to get into a very prestigious school that's known to kind of train and mold all these idols and all these musical, persuaded people. And the thing is that at first it seems like she's not going to be able to get in because she does lack some talent here and there. But she's able to get into the school where she's going to meet several other dudes that are very, musically charged, dude. They all have their own musical prowessness. And as you can tell from how I'm describing this is a musical anime. There's a lot of singing going on. There's a lot of idol songs, type things like that. And luckily, those songs, even if you are a dude, are not that bad, actually. They're pretty enjoyable songs. The one thing I did like about Uta no Prince Sama, though, is that at least it had a lot of comedy elements at the beginning. There are a lot of comedic things from the various characters that are in the show. And, I'm not going to spoil all the characters. I'm not going to go into, huge amounts of details with all of them. But I really enjoyed the cast of characters. They all have their kind of personality and quirks, and all are fun to have. Like, for example, one character who he has a pair of glasses that if his glasses ever come off, he goes psychopath on everyone. You have another character who is afraid of heights, that has to deal with a whole episode of him dealing with heights and stuff like that. And what's great about this, though, is that you don't really typically see that in a lot of reverse harems, I don't think. Where a lot of reverse harems, they do the episodic thing, of course, of trying to have it where all the dudes are trying to get with the main girl and all that, and each episode kind of goes into that concept. But this actually focused the first several episodes on introducing them in a comedic way, showing their faults and showing their kind of a little bit of traits and personality quirks. And I kind of enjoyed that. I thought it was actually really fun to watch that because it felt a little different from the usual genre I'm so used to when it comes to this. Now, animation art-wise, I actually liked the animation art for Uta no Prince Sama Season 1. It's very vibrant and very colorful, and I do love colorful anime. I talked about this in my Mob Psycho review, which probably going to date this video a little bit, but, I really love the color stuff. When it shows a lot of color, I think it's one of the coolest things about anime. And, while the characters have some issues, I like, for example, the main protagonist, Haruka. She has the scariest pair of eyes I've ever seen in an anime. And you have to see her on screen more than most people on the screen. That's a problem. Her eyes scare the shit out of me. Honestly, they are really, really weird looking eyes. I know some people say they don't have problems with that. I just look at them like, what went wrong with your eyes? I don't understand. But, it's only one of those little quirk issues that I have an issue with the show. Overall, it's not a big deal. But I did enjoy the animation for everyone else. I enjoyed all the kind of unique colors. Everyone had a color associated to them, and I really kind of dig that they really put that forward into the show to make it really nice and colorful. It felt like you're watching like an idol type show, and it really was enjoyable in that manner. Now, like I said, the OST, the sound and all that is probably one of the things that this show needed the most because it is a musical type show, and luckily it does deliver with that. It has some really nice idol type music. If you are one of those girls that really loves this type of genre, you'll enjoy it. If you're one of those dudes that kind of likes the genre, because I actually like Japanese idol music, I don't have too much of an issue with it when it's done a certain way, and I really, for the most part, did like the soundtrack of this without too much issues. I had a few problems with a few songs that felt a little too cliche, but overall, I enjoyed most of the songs, and it was okay. Now, voice acting wise, also very stellar at voice acting. A lot of voice actors that are from other reverse harems come back to this, and which is, I guess, in a good way because you get used to hearing that type of voice and you kind of can associate a character right away with that voice if that helps you out. I think it was done very well. Like I said, the characters were actually really fun and enjoyable in the show, so I didn't mind that too much. Story-wise, that was probably the weakest part of this because, it's the typical reverse harem story in many ways. You have the girl trying to rise up with the dudes around her and all that. But one thing I did think that was kind of cool was that at least Season 1 ended on a way that, left, of course, for more seasons. But it had this funny element to it where you kind of called what was going to happen in the very first episode, but it didn't do it in a bad way. You know, I felt that the series was overall enjoyable. It had some cringy moments. That's because I'm a dude, of course, but overall, it wasn't a bad show. It really wasn't. Now, I know people might go, well, you know, how could a guy watch something like this? You know, can a guy really get into a reverse harem? You know, I'll say this right now. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's more so depending on how you're approaching it and how you're watching it. Like, for example, like I said before, I'm watching with someone I care about, so it's kind of fun to watch. But if you're watching it by yourself and you're a dude, you know, either you are of that, you know, that persuasion in your mind, maybe you like that type of stuff, or it's going to be one of those things that you're just trying to review other stuff, and that could be tough. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, it's really highly dependent on your mindset. Go into these things with a, you know, open mindset. I mean, honestly, you know, it's like anything else anime. Anime can be very weird, it can be very odd and strange to us sometimes, but there are so many different types of anime out there that I think people forget that this is just one of many genres out there, so why have issues with it, you know? But overall, if I had to review Uta no Prince-sama Season 1 with the score of A through F, I have to give it a solid B. You know, it's one of those shows that it didn't do anything per se really that bad. It didn't do anything that great, for me at least, to warrant it to be anything higher than a B. But I did enjoy what I saw on screen. I did enjoy the colors. I enjoyed the voice acting. The music was pretty good. You know what? I'll bump it up. I'll bump it up to a B+. Realistic, I think that's fair, because I know this is aimed, again, more at girls, and I can't always let that be the thing that I realize. I have to make sure that I realize that. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, if you did enjoy this review, please hit that like button, subscribe, share the video. You know the whole nine. I will talk to you all later. Until our paths cross again in the next review, have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.